Welcome back to Crystal Clear! I'm Vox, and now that we have a proper first look at Steven Universe Future, we can begin an attempt to connect some seemingly disconnected dots and solve some mysteries presented to us by both the trailer and theme song, which, coincidentally, were packaged together in the full sneak peek on the Cartoon Network episode YouTube channel. I can safely say one of the biggest head-scratchers presented by the opening in itself was the appearance of White Diamond after being altered in hue, reflecting a color scheme that was more dominant with pink and purple hues. It seems that the most feasible and widely accepted idea was that this appearance would be a further exploration of White Diamond discovering that she was off color in the climax to change her mind, gaining a pink blush as a result. And while that is a loose end that I believe could serve for a very entertaining episode, after this new sneak peek, I actually believe it's something else entirely, or at the least, it's something else in addition to White Diamond's off-color crisis. A different loose end that had a very significant yet vague presence towards the end of the original Steven universe. So today, allow me to explain how Pink Steven and this Pink White Diamond may actually hold a deeper connection than what you may realize, and begin to dig into a bigger concept at how the true villain of Steven Universe Future, the final conflict, may actually be Pink Steven. Of course, spoiler warning, if you do not want to know anything about Steven Universe Future beyond its first teaser, please click off now. With all that said, let's dive in. I feel as if the biggest takeaway from Steven Universe Future sneak peek for a lot of people was the intimidating presence of Pink Steven. How it appears Steven's gem half may begin to dominate and autopilot Steven's own body, overtaking Steven with a transformation that seems to engulf his entire body, but not his clothing, in a glowing pink hue that's identical to his gem half when it was briefly severed from the human body and changed her mind. In addition, Pink Steven provided one of the most raw, angriest deliveries we've ever heard in the series with the iconic "She's gone." A literal groundbreaking statement that seems to have given us a true glimpse of Steven, or at least the Pink Diamond Gemstone's true power. So it seems as if in Steven Universe Future, a 2-year time skip was not enough for Steven to completely go through puberty. And of course, being half alien, some traditional signs of puberty would manifest differently, such as teen angst and negative emotions, concepts that will be utilized through Pink Steven's outbursts in this epilogue. As I mentioned in my breakdown, it looks as if Pink Steven will be this show's TKO, an alter ego born from negative emotions. At the end of the day, ultimately it's still Steven, but for some reason he's viewing himself as two separate identities, whether if he realizes it or not. Now, I want to dig even deeper into Pink Steven's role in a separate video, but I mention all of this because it seems as if when Pink Steven takes over, he'll be a lot more aggressive, and naturally, maybe more inclined to utilize his abilities. This leads me into what I found most interesting in that teaser. When a gem, who's most likely Jasper, places her foot onto Steven in an attempt to crush him, Steven fights back, attempting to push Jasper's foot off of him. And through this attempt, Pink Steven dominates control. But not only does this pink glow encase Steven, but oddly enough, Jasper's foot as well. This is something way too specific to be an animation error, and it really got me thinking, what exactly could Steven be doing to her, whether if it's something he realizes or not. Now, this could be Steg's signature ability at play, the ability to encase others in a pink hue and cause them to float. Considering that ability really came out of nowhere, and going off of Stevani, any human fusion Steven partakes in should be relegated to a moveset that's only his powers. But for the exact same argument that it came out of nowhere, even if this could actually be the most likely scenario, I'm personally going to attribute this ability exclusively to Steg, even though yes, pushing Jasper off of him with that floating ability makes the most sense in terms of what Steven could do without harming Jasper in that moment. However, no matter how you slice it, Steven is a diamond. And there's one diamond ability in particular Steven has used only once, an ability that we are clueless to the effects to, and that is Steven's Diamond Aura, which, going off of Yellow and Blue's, we can classify as an ability. It's not just something for show. Blue Diamond can utilize her aura for radiated pathokinesis, and Yellow Diamond can channel her aura into bolts, which destabilizes a gem. Now, we haven't seen what White Diamond's aura has done, but it is stylized identical to her I-beams, which we know are used to put a gem under her control. So at least there's some semblance of an idea there. But Steven has only used the Pink Diamond aura once, and that was so Yellow and Blue Diamond could recognize the aura as Pink's in the first place. That being said, we know that when a diamond's ability affects the gem, there is a visible, physical representation. Say for the Mindscape, which was of course the only instance of Steven utilizing his aura. Now, we don't have much to go off of in terms of what Pink's aura could do, and that's precisely why I think it was a loose end. Sugar already touched on this in her Barnes & Noble signings, but the Crewniverse was actually really pressed for time by the end of Steven Universe's run. I want to touch on this in a bigger video that's mainly addressing the critiques that changed your mind, but if you thought, oh man, Season 5 could use some more episodes to flesh out these concepts and characters, well yeah, the Crewniverse feels the same way. And this is where Future can elaborate on one of the vaguest plot points in existence, Steven persuading the Diamonds to his side with Pink's aura. And if I had to make a guess, going off of how each Diamond's auras and abilities reflect their personalities, I feel as if Pink Diamond's aura has something to do with the manipulation of the heart. Metaphorically speaking, that somehow Pink's aura can influence gems, which could give sinister undertones to the crystal gems, to Rose Quartz's rebellion. And we know that the Diamonds are susceptible to each other's aura and abilities. Of course, since Steven's likely unaware of what his aura can do, I doubt the Steven we know and love would even want to use it, but when it comes to quote-unquote Pink Steven, this is where I believe things could get interesting. Pink Steven may use a small dose of his aura on Jasper, and we'll see how that affects her, but it makes sense they would present a small dosage for the real deal. Said real deal could be a disagreement between Steven and White Diamond. Something on the topic of Pink Diamond that will frustrate Steven and push the Pink Steven alter ego over the edge, causing this disagreement to spiral into Pink Steven using his aura on White Diamond, something that has likely never been done before by any of the Diamonds. They wouldn't have dreamed of it, and this could affect White in ways not seen in any other gem. Considering White Diamond's signature ability is already mind control, what would happen if you use an ability on her that influences the mind and her decisions? And if we know that gems can quote-unquote break, going off the Pink Lasagna joke in Familiar and Pink Pearl as a whole, what if using Pink Diamond's aura on White Diamond more or less breaks her? She gets too overwhelmed by the aura and it reflects in her newfound pink hue, transforming White Diamond into something much more sinister entirely, leaving Steven with a problem that he created. He can't blame his mother, he can't blame any rebelling homeroll gems, he just has himself and the lack of control on his own issues to blame for whatever happens to White Diamond here. Or, you know, we could be dead wrong. But as always, these are just my thoughts and I want to hear yours. What do you think? What ability could Steven be using on Jasper here? And after the new teaser, what are your thoughts on this Pink White Diamond in the opening? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for more of my own thoughts, you can find me at ARTWITHKODA. We're also on Instagram. Special thanks to ARTWITHKODA for creating an awesome thumbnail. For more of his wonderful art, you can find him on Tumblr and Instagram at ARTWITHKODA and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link down below in the description. Help Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching and I hope you have an awesome day. ARTWITHKODA signing out.